Welcome to this session, Deliver Secure and Seamless Digital Experiences Faster. My name is Linda Sue, MuleSoft Global Public Sector Product Marketing Lead at Salesforce, and I'm so thrilled to be here with you today. Quick reminder, before we get started, please make purchasing decisions based on products and services commercially available today. So now let's get into the agenda. In today's session, we will highlight some of the imperatives and challenges shaping the public sector landscape. Then we'll go into how you can enhance security and simplify compliance while accelerating innovation with integration. And then last, I'm really excited to share a success story from the Indiana Department of Child Services and how they leverage API-led connectivity to deliver connected experiences faster. So let's jump in. We know that constituents are looking for those connected digital experiences, and this is creating new challenges and also opportunities for agencies and organizations. According to a recent Salesforce and Boston Consulting Group report, we found that only 12% of constituents say that digital government services are meeting all their needs. And so that's a top-of-mind priority for agencies and organizations to deliver self-service capabilities, to create and enhance effective and efficient service experiences, and deliver omni-channel experiences across multiple different channels. At the same time, in order to deliver these best-in-class services and experiences, you need the right technology underpinning. And so that's where IT modernization becomes a critical part in accelerating delivery of innovation, in increasing efficiency and agility, and of course, enhancing security. But there are roadblocks getting in the way. From legacy systems to data silos to manual processes, just to name a few. And that means that your IT teams are working harder than ever just maintaining versus innovating. And it's really no surprise because the average organization has data in over 900 different systems and applications, and less than a third are integrated. And your teams are working harder than ever because the average digital interaction spans across nearly 40 different systems on the back end. And so that means that this gap between constituent demand and your agency's delivery capacity continues to grow. So how can you overcome some of these obstacles and close that gap? Well, that's with MuleSoft. MuleSoft is the only platform that combines integration and full lifecycle API management into a single unified platform. And for our government customers, it gets even better with MuleSoft Government Cloud. MuleSoft Government Cloud is our FedRAMP authorized, fully managed cloud infrastructure built on AWS GovCloud, providing you the high availability, scalability, and security you need to run your mission-critical workloads. So let's dive a bit deeper into MuleSoft Government Cloud. Well, what MuleSoft Government Cloud helps you do is, one, it helps you achieve that flexibility and scalability. MuleSoft helps you unlock and unify data from those complex, hard-to-access legacy systems, and then we also help you migrate to the cloud at your own pace with our robust hybrid integration capabilities. In addition, with modern APIs, you can actually future-proof your legacy systems because they normalize consumption of data and also access to data, helping extend the life of your legacy systems. Now, once you have that flexible and scalable foundation, it's about being able to govern across your entire application network. And so as you're adding on more technology and more applications, MuleSoft gives you that end-to-end visibility, management, and monitoring capabilities. And so you can manage your APIs and integrations across government cloud, across on-prem, and your private cloud centers. And third, but so critical here, is enhancing security and compliance. So once you have that end-to-end visibility now, you can apply automated security policies to augment your zero-trust security strategy. So with MuleSoft, we help you apply transaction-level security, easily enforce authentication and access management, and quickly identify and remediate threats. And our customers are seeing great results with MuleSoft. On average, they're seeing a 74% reduction in maintenance effort and cost. So that time, that budget is going to creating these connected digital experiences and creating these new innovations versus just maintaining. And now to bring this all to life, I'm excited to share a great story from the Indiana Department of Child Services and how they leveraged MuleSoft to build connected experiences. And so the Indiana Department of Child Services works with federal, state, and community partners to provide child support services and protect children from abuse and neglect. They manage about 250,000 cases per year. And in order to continue to provide those best-in-class services and experiences for those at the heart of their mission, they partnered with MuleSoft to streamline collaboration and improve the child services journey. So let's take a look at 3 critical projects they leveraged MuleSoft for and how they built off each one of them to go faster project by project. First was IT modernization to meet new federal mandates. So Indiana Department of Child Services needed to comply with a new federal program called NEAS, the National Electronic Interstate Compact Enterprise. It's an electronic system that facilitates data sharing to place children across state lines. And so now the data that Indiana DCS needed to share with NEAS was locked away in a decades-old legacy system that crashed frequently and could not integrate easily with new technologies. And so that's where they partnered with MuleSoft to quickly and securely migrate their legacy data to the Salesforce platform and comply with NEAS standards. With the help of MuleSoft, they were the first state agency in the entire country to comply with NEAS standards. And today, caseworkers can easily share child immunization records, medical history, and more with state agencies, families, and courts. So next, Indiana DCS built on top of this project with their second project by launching a new digital child services portal called Invest. Indiana DCS leveraged MuleSoft to unlock and unify data across their entire ecosystem, legacy systems, cloud applications, as well as applications outside their organization to build a single view of every child in need. And with MuleSoft, today, caseworkers, caregivers, foster care parents have a 24/7 accessible self-service portal to see critical data about every child, including their medical history, dental records, immunization records, and personal information. And what's even better here is with the help of MuleSoft, they launched their Invest portal 5 years faster than planned and at 21% of their original budget. And then third was getting ahead of the COVID-19 outbreak. When COVID hit, Indiana DCS knew it needed to mobilize quickly to be able to protect those in their community. And so they leveraged MuleSoft to quickly access data from their state's Department of Health, integrate it with Salesforce Maps and Tableau so they could visualize PPE status, track cases by caseworker, by county, as well as immunization records. And with MuleSoft, they unified data across 92 different counties and launched their COVID-19 solution in just 8 hours. So now let's talk about how this is all done and get a bit more technical here, because it's not just about having the right technology, it's also about having the right approach and process. And what empowered Indiana DCS to do this was our MuleSoft API-led connectivity approach. API-led connectivity leverages modern APIs as building blocks to help you deliver projects faster and integrate your application network. Let me walk you through API-led connectivity. It starts with this 3-layered architecture diagram. At the system layer, system APIs unlock data from critical systems of record. And then process APIs combine and orchestrate this data for a specific purpose, which then experience APIs exposed to the end user for their necessary consumption. And what the power of API connectivity lets you do is do integration in an approach that is standardized, secure, and scalable. And so as you can see here, you have full visibility into all the integrations and connections in your application network. You can monitor, manage any of those, and you can secure every API endpoint. In addition to that, each of these building blocks, the integrations you create, the APIs you create, can be reused for future projects. And on top of that, it helps you be agile and adapt to new demands and change. For example, let's say Indiana DCS here wanted to replace one of their systems, or they wanted to add a new one. all they need to do is create a system layer API that unlocks data from that new system. And that's all. Nothing else needs to change. Nothing else is disrupted because there's no dependency. And that's how Indiana DCS was able to go faster. And now, to put this in an amazing visual here, you can see how Indiana DCS accelerated delivery across each of their projects. And the APIs they built for their first project were reused across the next ones. And that's how they were able to launch Invest, their child services portal, 5 years faster than planned and at 21% of the original budget, and get ahead of COVID by launching their COVID-19 solution in just 8 hours. And that's really the power of being able to reuse what you've already made in your future projects. And now, to really bring it all together, I want to share a quick video from the former CIO of Indiana Department of Child Services, Kevin Jones. Okay, well, this video, apparently the audio isn't going to work, but it is online publicly on MuleSoft.com, so highly recommend checking it out there. They talk about all the projects they're leveraging MuleSoft for, and how they're truly making a difference in the lives of children, and they've been able to decrease the number of children in their care by 30% with the help of MuleSoft. And now I'm excited to share some of the other projects our government customers are leveraging MuleSoft for, whether that is financial and HR modernization, real-time benefits eligibility, where folks are being able to see whether they qualify for Medicaid in real time, or social services automation. MuleSoft helps you do integration and connectivity in a way that is standardized, secure, and scalable. And so whether that project ahead of you is any of these or any others, MuleSoft helps you go faster, project by project, by building on that foundation of reuse. And so with that, I'd like to thank you for your time today. We are in the Salesforce booth on this level in Hall, in the Content Hub, so highly recommend checking out some of our MuleSoft product demos there so you can see MuleSoft in action, how you can monitor and secure APIs.